I don't know what the fuck's your bull. Marcus 125 numbers after the name. A little Cuphead over here, man. A little Freestyle Friday action. Y'all already know how we do, man. In terms of difficulties, man, I didn't find this guy too hard. I did find it a little bit different and a little bit challenging how to kind of work with him at first, but I didn't find them like exceptionally hard. It wasn't on like the top 10 of like the hardest bosses in the game type deal. But like we always say in Cuphead, that doesn't mean that he wasn't like really hard though. Cuphead is like, you know, there's levels to like how hard things are, and I feel like this guy wasn't on the hardest level, but he like might be the hardest like boss in like any other game, like a match book. You know what I'm saying over here? He's got his different phases over here. This to me was probably the most difficult part, but as you can notice, I don't even get like small throughout this. Like I try to kind of stay as big as I want. The only reason why I try to stay big there is, and it's not really like anything crazy, but I just know how the big thing controls, and I don't know 100% how the little guy controls. Now, you sometimes have to go small, like I just did right now, to get between these, I guess, spiky eggs, for lack of a better word over here. Just because there is just no other way, like, around it. So kind of play it that way. But anytime I'm flying, man, I always try to remain as big as long as possible, and then I'll go small sometimes if I really have to. Just because it just plays differently, man, and I'm a lot more comfortable with the big gameplay just because I've been doing it for a minute. And small gameplay, not as comfortable. Once again, that's a matter of comfort or whatever that you want to play around over here. This form is alright. If you notice, I don't really ever go for parries and none of that, man. It's probably my biggest weakness in terms of Cuphead. I'm not really a big parrier. And this part, I had a little bit of difficulty at first. When I first got here, I had no clue how to hit this guy. I'm like, what do you mean? I was like, how the hell do you hit this dude? Like, this is crazy. But you have to use, I don't know if it's your alternative. I don't remember. I haven't played this in a minute. But there, maybe it's B, something like that lays down the bobs, and you kind of just hit him from, you know, death from above kind of type deal over here. And once again, all relative to how Cuphead plays, I didn't find this to be the most difficult boss over here. You kind of find the rhythm over here in a pattern, but he is just throwing a ton of ish at you. When I mean a ton of ish, I mean like a ton of ish. Not like a little bit of ish. I'm talking about like a ton of ish. Like my man was just throwing everything away. I was mad confused. The first time I got there, I was like, what's going on? Like, he dead? What the hell is all this stuff he throwing? He throwing like refrigerators at me? He throwing hearts at me? Like, what's going on over here, man? Your boy Marcos, I don't care about the grade. I passed.